Welcome, my friends. Before we start, I remind you to pay attention to the sensations in your muscles and move at a speed that's comfortable for you, even if it's slower or faster than me. Let's begin in a cross-legged seated position. Your palms are resting on your knees. Your chin is tucked toward your chest. Close your eyes. Bring your attention to your breathing. Notice how your lungs fill with oxygen, how your chest opens up as you inhale, and how your ribs fall in when you exhale. Don't rush your breathing. Embrace the stillness within you as you settle into this space. Reflect on your intention for today's practice, whether it's to enhance your well-being, boost your energy, or release stress and distracting thoughts. Open your eyes, lift your arms above your head and inhale. Lower your arms to the sides and exhale. Take another deep inhale, reach up with your arms, elongate your spine. Exhale and lower your arms. And one final deep inhale, expand your rib cage. Exhale, lower your left forearm to the mat and your right arm is reaching over. Keep your seat bones grounded and extend the side of your body. Lower your right arm and walk forward with your hands, keeping your hips pressed into the mat. Take a few breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Rise up with your right arm over. Inhale, lift both arms up. Exhale and switch arms. Rest your right forearm on the mat and stretch your left arm over. Feel this wonderful expansion in your side body. Extend your left arm forward and walk your hands to really extend the spine. Stretch and breathe. Return to having your right forearm on the mat just for a second. Then rise up with your straight spine to a seated position. Now rise to all fours position. Keep your knees close together while your hands are set wide apart. Maintain neutral spine. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lower your right shoulder to the center of the mat, elongating the arm. Inhale and rise up. Exhale and switch to the left shoulder. And let's continue. We're stretching our shoulder muscles while continuing to breathe. Each time, try to reach your shoulder lower and stretch the arm fully. Don't rush. Find your own comfortable pace. Elongate the arm each time you're lowering down. Make sure your fingers are widespread and your palms are pressed into the mat for support. Slowly finish and take an all fours position now. Your knees are hip width apart. Round your spine, tucking your chin in. Roll forward, inhale, and without touching the mat with your hips, roll back, arching your lower spine. Exhale and sit back on your heels into a child pose. Let's move on with this wave-like motion, rolling forward and back, warming up our spine. Feel free to make this movement as large as you wish. You can even close your eyes and let yourself truly feel each movement. And a few more times like this. Inhale, rolling forward, the back is rounded. Exhale, arch the back and move your hips back to the heels. Inhale, go back to a tabletop position with your back neutral. Exhale. Inhale, extend the right arm up, looking up at the fingers. With an exhale, thread your right arm under your left arm. Rest your head on the mat and extend the left arm upward, reaching toward your right hip, or you can simply keep it extended. Enjoy the stretch in your right shoulder. Today we are focusing on achieving the deep stretch in our shoulders. Press the left hand into the mat and untwist. Extend the right arm up and take an inhale. Exhale and lower it down. And let's change arms. Inhale, and as you exhale, thread the left arm under the right armpit. Press the right hand into the mat for support. Extend the right arm and draw it behind you, reaching toward the left hip if you feel up to this challenge. Press the right hand into the mat and untwist. Find some stability in the tabletop position and inhale. As you exhale, extend the right leg, keeping the hip square. You can keep the foot flexed or pointed. Bend the knee, reach the heel toward the glute, and then extend back. And let's continue with this simple yet mindful exercise. Keep your back neutral and feel your left glute beginning to heat up. Keep your core engaged, drawing the ribs in and down, and extend and bend. Activate your right glute as you bend the knee. Ensure you are not collapsing between your shoulders. Try to keep your leg parallel to the ground. Let's keep engaging our left glute by bending the right knee and crossing it over the left knee, and then extending the leg back. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, bend and cross over. Feel the engagement in your right glute and enjoy a nice stretch when you're crossing the knee over. Stay mindful, my friends, of your breathing and take your time, concentrate on the sensations in your muscles. And last two. Inhale and exhale. Keep your leg extended and let's add some pulsing movement with your leg. We are not giving our glutes to rest yet. Squeeze your right glute and ensure that it's driving the movement. And final push, hold, and bend the knee, join the knees together. We're staying on all fours. Keep your back stabilized. Take an inhale. Press your elbows close to your torso and bend them into a small push-up. Exhale and rise up. It doesn't have to be a deep push-up. Let's continue. Just ensure your elbows are pointing back and remain close to your body. Each time try to lower a bit deeper, but make sure you have the strength to push yourself back up. Feel your triceps working. And a few more. Finally, rise up and come back with your hips on your heels, extending your arms into a child's pose. Alternatively, you can extend your arms along your body, reaching the feet and allowing your shoulders melt down to the mat. Stay here for a few breaths. Rise back to all fours and let's add some more. Turn into our right leg extended back. Inhale, and as you exhale, cross it over to the left edge. Kick it up and extend it to the right. And let's move on. Try to keep your leg extended and drive the movement from your right glute. Ensure that your back doesn't arch. Last exercises for this side. Stay with me. Most importantly, learn to listen to the sensations happening in your body. Notice how all parts of your body feel this moment. When kicking, make sure your back isn't arching. Push the floor away with your palms. Finally, pause in the center and pivot your body to face the longer side of the mat. The right leg is extended and stays lifted. Inhale and extend the right arm up. You can place the hand on your waist. And let's add some pulsing movement with the leg. Lift it up, up, up. Keep your pelvis neutral. Don't let your back arch. I know it might be easier, but let's not give up. Finally, pause. Extend the right arm over for a short stretch and pivot back, squaring up your hips. Inhale, exhale, and cross the right knee over the left and sink down with your hips on your heels for a well-deserved stretch for this variation of a child's pose with our legs crossed. Finally, roll forward and twist the legs, and let's prepare for the second round now for our left leg. Ensure your hips are square. Inhale and extend the left leg back. Exhale, bend and tap the glute with the heel. And let's continue. Most importantly is that you find your pace to feel the muscles. If my speed is too fast for you, pause the video, finish the exercise at your own speed, and get back whenever you are done. I want you to use my videos as a guide to movement, but you learn your body and what's best for you. Extend, and now we'll move to crossing the left knee over the right one. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, cross the knee over. Feel the engagement in the right glute. If you experience any discomfort in your right knee, fold the mat for more support like I did, or place a towel or folded blanket underneath. Hips are square, shoulders are square. Ensure now your left glute is driving the movement when you lift up and push the leg back. Make sure you're not collapsing between your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Don't forget to breathe. Finally, extend the leg and add some pulsing movements from the glute. Up, up, up. Feel the engagement, feel the burn. And a few more. Doing great. Finally, lower the knee, join the knees together and sink down with your hips down on your heels. Your knees are wide spread. Take a few moments to catch up with your breath in this child's pose. To rest your body. Slowly rise up and go back to all fours. The palms are pressing the floor away, the toes are under. Inhale, engage the core and lift your knees off the mat in a bear stand. Mindfully while lowering the knees down and exhale. And let's move on. Most importantly, engage your core by drawing the ribs in and down. Find your shoulder blades area slightly rounded. The pelvis is neutral and the lower back isn't arching. Inhale and exhale just a few inches off the mat to feel the abdominals working. Finally, lower the knees and release into child's pose for just a second. Extend the arms alongside your body, reaching the heels with your fingers. Inhale and exhale. Finally, rise up to all fours again and extend the left leg back. We're continuing with the kicks. Inhale, cross it to the right, tap, exhale, kick, and bring the leg to the left. And let's move on. We are continuing engaging our right glute and the left glute too, as it's driving the movement right now. It doesn't have to be a high kick, friends. Just make sure you feel your left glute is working. And inhale and exhale. Kick and tap, kick and tap. Push the floor away with your hands there, our support. Finally, extend the leg and pivot to face the longer side of the mat. The right hand is pressed into the mat. The left one is on our hip or extended up. The left leg is lifted and we are adding some pulsing movements. With the left leg, your hip is staying rotated inward, meaning that your knee is looking forward. Final push with these heart-burning leg exercises. Extend the left arm up and pivot back to the shorter side of the mat. Cross the left knee over the right one and sink down with your legs crossed. Your thighs will thank you right now for this nice stretch. Inhale and exhale. Slowly rise up and untwist the legs. We're back in a tabletop. Inhale, exhale, lift your hips up into a downward facing dog. Stay here for just a few breaths. The heels are trying to reach the ground. The hips are high. The arms are extended. Inhale and exhale. Now lower the forearms down into a dolphin pose while the hips are staying up. Inhale and lean forward into an elbow plank. Exhale and lift the hips as high as you can. You'll probably start feeling the burn in your triceps, your core, your shoulders are working. Inhale, elbow plank. Exhale, back into a dolphin. The heels are not reaching right now the ground, it's okay. Don't forget to breathe. Press the forearms into the mat. Most importantly, notice that your back isn't arching when you're entering a plank position and your hips do not lower down to the mat. And final push, come into an elbow plank, hold, and release into a child's pose, bending the knees. Roll forward into a tabletop, tuck the toes under and extend into down dog again, just for a breath. Inhale, look forward and jump toward the frontal edge. Exhale, forward fold. You can keep the knees bent. Roll up into a standing position. Check your pelvis is neutral or slightly tucked in. Shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, pull the right knee toward the chest. The palms are pressed together. Exhale and push the right foot away from you, aiming to extend the leg while keeping it as high as possible. Bend the knee and hold. Press the right foot on the outer side into the mat. Inhale. Exhale and squat down, keeping your left knee at 90 degrees. We're continuing with this variation of squats. Exhale, rise. Inhale and squat. While taking a squat, keep your hips backward and the upper body is slightly leaning forward. You should feel this engagement in your glutes and the lower abdominals. Finally, squat and hold, and let's add some pushes down. By now the left quadricep should burn. Rise up, lift the right knee high, step back but not too far, and we'll continue with the lunges by bending both knees at 90-degree angle. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, rise up, finding some balance. Inhale, squat and lower just a few inches above the floor. Exhale and rise up, extending both legs. Find some point of concentration in front of yourself to keep your body balanced. Your hips remain square. Make sure that your feet are not on the same line because it's gonna be too challenging to hold the balance. Make them a little bit on parallel lines. And final squat, and let's add some pulsing movements, keeping both knees at 90-degree. Finally, rise up and shift your weight to the left leg, the knees up. Pull the knee toward yourself and add some ankle rotations to one direction and then switch to the other. Inhale, exhale and step back into a high lunge. Inhale, extend the arms forward, lowering down toward the left hip. Exhale, bend the elbows and squeeze the shoulder blades together into the cactus arms. Inhale, extending the arms. Exhale, squeezing them into this cactus pose. Most importantly, keep your frontal legs strong and activated. Don't lean on your hip, leaving just a small gap between your stomach and your hip. And we're adding some more of this squeezes, this toning of our arms. Finally, lower the hands down to the floor, bend the right knee down and pull your hips backward, aiming to extend your left leg. Inhale, elongate the spine and bend even lower toward your hip. The right ankle and hip form a nice straight angle. Each time you exhale, try to lower your chest even lower. Inhale and exhale. You can flex your foot or you can relax it. Inhale, roll forward, bending the left knee. Exhale and feel the stretch in the right hip flexor. Start bending the right knee and pulling the heel toward the glute. Make sure that your hips remain still, so you're not changing your hip position, only your leg is working, bending it closer, stretching the hip flexors. If your right heel doesn't reach too far, do not worry, just small distance is fine. You should feel this extension in the frontal area of your hip. Bend the leg and reach the foot with your left hand, and if you can, grab it. Make sure that your hips are not lifting, they're staying in the same position. And release the grip, palms on the mat. Inhale, palms into the mat. Inhale, lift the left knee into a plank. Exhale, extend the right leg and keeping it off the mat. Lean forward, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, roll forward, up dog. The shoulders are lowered. Exhale and come into down dog. Let's spend a few moments here stretching our hamstrings, catching up the breath. Inhale. And jump forward. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift up on your fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. One more. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, release, reaching your chest to your hips. Come up into a mountain pose. Check again your pelvis position so it's neutral. Inhale and lift your left knee up. Exhale, push the foot away, forward, trying to extend the leg. I know it might be challenging. Lower the leg and the foot is on the outer side. And let's add some squats. You should be able to see the toe of your right foot. Thus your knee is staying straight and your hips move backward. Keep your hands in front of you or on your hips. I'm reminding you to move at a pace that's comfortable for you. Practice mindful movement when noticing what drives the movement and how other body parts feel. Feel the engagement in glutes. Finally, squat down and add some pulsing movements. This is the last round and we're done. Rise up, pull the knee in and step backward, but not too far. We're continuing with lunges. Inhale and lunge. Both knees are at straight angle. Exhale and extend both legs. The upper body is slightly leaning forward for more stability. The left heel is always up and doesn't reach the floor. You don't have to lower the knee down when you squat, just slightly tap it. If you lose balance, do not worry. Get back whenever you feel ready. Make sure your hips are square. Feel the engagement in glutes. And final lunge, and let's add some pulsing movements. Shift your weight to the right foot, left knee in, inhale. Exhale and step back far into a high lunge. Inhale, arms forward, lean. Exhale and squeeze the shoulder blades together. And a few more times of cactus arms. By now, your glutes and quadriceps should burn, but your legs are strong. Let's hold, extend and squeeze. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, extend, exhale, squeeze. And a few more. Strong arms. Finally, lower the arms down, bend the left knee. Inhale, exhale, pull the hips backward, trying to extend the right leg. For more stretch, flex the right foot. The chest, not your forehead, is aiming to reach the hip in this forward fold. We're bending from the hips. Imagine that someone is dragging you for the hips backwards and you are aiming to reach forward with your chest. And roll forward, bending the right knee at 90-degree angle. The left hip is reaching down. Feel the stretch. Bend the left knee and lower down. Each time try to pull the heel closer to your glute. Feel the contraction in the glute muscles and stretch in your quadricep. And a few more like this. Feel the stretch. Feel the burn. Each time try to reach the glute with your heel. Final time. And reach the right arm backward and try to grab the foot if you can. The hips should remain unchanged and stabilized. And final stretch. And you can release the foot. Press the hands into the mat and rise into a plank pulling the right knee in. Inhale. Exhale, extend the right leg back, holding it up, and lower yourself into chaturanga. Inhale, roll forward, upward facing dog. The hips don't touch the mat. The shoulders are away. Exhale, lower the knees and release into a child's pose. Well-deserved child's pose. You can flip the palms up to relax your wrists and forearms. They were working hard. Slowly rise up to all fours, tuck the toes and lift the hips, extending the knees into a down dog. Inhale, hop forward and cross the legs. Slowly release with your back flat on the mat. The knees are bent. Make sure that the ribs are in and down so your back is firmly pressed against the mat. Engage the abdominals and squeeze the glutes and lift the hips up into a bridge. Check the posture. The body is stable. Exhale and lower the hips down. And let's continue with this bridge pose. The arms are extended along the body and the shoulders are pressed into the mat. Only our hips are moving. Inhale and lift. Exhale, slowly, mindfully lower them down. And a few more times like this. You can even close your eyes to feel the engagement in your glutes. Now the hips are staying up. Lift the left heel on your toes and extend the right leg up, and continue with the pulses, pushing the hips down and up, down and up. You should feel the burn on your left glute, which holds the weight. Each time try to squeeze the glutes and lift the hips a bit higher. And a few more times like this. Good job, guys. Last time, and lower the hips down. Pull the extended right leg toward yourself for a quick glute stretch. Inhale. Well done. Finally lower the leg and lift the right heel now off the mat. The left leg goes up. And let's do the pulses. Your right glute is now driving the movement. Strong legs. Our final push for today. Inhale up, exhale down. The shoulders are pressed against the mat. Only the hips are moving. Inhale and exhale. Finally, lower the hips, pull the left leg to yourself, flexing the foot for a deeper stretch. Grab the foot and pull it to yourself. You can close your eyes for deeper immersion. And lower the leg down. Extend the legs up, flex the feet, and begin reaching the legs behind your head into a halasana or a plow pose. Feel the wonderful stretch in your spine. You can place your palms on your lower back for support, or you can extend the arms along the mat and even interlace the fingers for more challenge. The table is pointing up to the ceiling. Your chest is close to your nose. You can also close your eyes here. And let's stay for a few breaths. If you want more, or start unrolling your spine vertebra by vertebra. When the hips are on the mat, extend the legs. And let's prepare for our final pose, Shavasana. The feet are spread out to the sides. The eyelids are closed. The arms are laying along the body with palms up. Breathe in deeply. Fill in your lungs with air As you breathe out, imagine letting go of any stress or distracting thoughts. Feel yourself relax more with each breath, sinking into the mat and feeling more peaceful. If your mind starts to wander, gently focus back on your breathing. Notice how easily you breathe and how the ground supports your body. When you are ready, start moving your fingers and toes slowly to wake up your body and bring it back to awareness. Roll to any body side and rise to a seated position with your legs crossed. The palms on the knees, the chin is tilted toward your chest. Feel the ground under your seat bones. Feel the air cooling your skin. Notice your nostrils trembling as the air passes through them. Feel the gratitude within yourself. Finally, inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling, expanding the ribs. Join the palms together and lower them down to your forehead for kind thoughts, to your lips for kind words, and to your heart for kind intentions. Thank you for joining me today.